be fault of his, I don't know, but he has not seen this child who is, I think, one, but a couple of times in 16 months.
Enjoy the video, hit the like button.
Motion cycle that someone just kind of hollers in when they jump on. So let me see if I can't restore some dignity here. First on my screen is the plaintiff, Ms. Mancha Torres. Ms. Mancha Torres, good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
And next on my screen is on behalf of plaintiff attorney Leslie Curry. Ms. Curry, good morning to you.
Good morning.
And finally, last but certainly not least, the defendant in this motion, Robert Durham. Mr. Durham, good morning.
Good morning.
I have read your motion. Is there anything you want to add, highlight, accentuate? I'll turn things over to you, and then I will hear from Ms. Curry.
Yeah, I'm just really, it gets me a little bit about paying child support for, I don't mind paying child support, but I want to be able to see my kids like I see the other two. That's basically one of my concerns. And then I wanted my child support a little bit lower.
Yeah.
And I have zero overnights, zero.
Understood. See, that's one of the things with child support that's a little different from how everybody understands things is that when you make monthly payments for a car, you expect to be able to drive it. It doesn't work quite that way in the child support parenting time area. They are two separate tracks. I have a lot of men and women who have parenting time with their kids that don't pay any child support for one reason or the other. And I have a lot of people on my docket who are paying full child support and have no parenting time rights with their child. So it's frustrating. I get it. Ms. Curry, anything you want to add here?
Thank you, Referee Winter. I did submit a response to the motion that I'm assuming that the court had an opportunity to review.
Yes,
I tried to lay out as clearly as I could, both for the court and Mr. Durham, each of the pieces to this and what I thought were the appropriate remedies and legal conclusions. So we would ask the court to deny the request to modify physical custody if that's a part of Mr. Durham's motion, because this order was just entered and there's no change of circumstances or proper cause since its entry. Regarding the request for joint legal custody and parenting time, we would ask that you refer that to the friend of the court for an evaluation and recommended order with the fees waived for both parties. And if you believe that you can make a determination as to interim parenting time in this little one's best interest before you get back the friend of the court recommendation, we would ask that you consider journeys for that under these circumstances.
Thank you. Well, one of the things that's interesting to me is that I know that ever since the case of Sims versus Verbrugge, 322 Michigan Appeal 205, 2017 case, there's been an uptick on requests for legal custody. The interesting thing about that Verbrugge case is that that only applies to DS support cases, because what the court in Verbrugge was trying to convey was that if paternity was established versus an affidavit of parentage or paternity, The language in that is not a judicial determination. The language, however, in a judgment of paternity is a lot different. And Verbrugge even points that out. When you have physical custody in a paternity matter, you also have the legal custody as well. But the defendant has filed a motion requesting a change of physical custody, and based upon case of Vodvarka versus Grassmeyer, 259 Michigan Appeal 499, a 2004 case, this court needs proper cause or change of circumstances since custody was last visited approximately 70 days ago. The only thing that's listed are things that I give, obviously, a lot of credit to anybody for, such things as working at the same job for 7 years, having strollers, having all the facilities. I'm always troubled by when I read that he hasn't seen the child in 6 months. That is something that is concerning to me. Well, what I'm going to do is I am going to refer the issue of parenting time and legal custody to the friend of the court for an investigation and recommendation. I'm going to waive the fees for both parties. Obviously, legal aid's involved on this, and I will waive the fees for Mr. Durham as well. If there is going to, I have no objection to a referral to Journeys for parenting time. According to the response, apparently Mr. Durham, through maybe no fault of his, maybe fault of his, I don't know, but he has not seen this child who is, I think, 1, but a couple of times in 16 months, and that's somewhat, it presents a difficult scenario. I think what I'm going to do, though, Ms. Curry, is I'm going to defer that to a motion by Mr. Durham. If he wishes to have interim parenting time, he can file that with me. I don't have enough facts about the nature of his contact. I think that needs to be ferreted out, why it's only been that way. So I will reserve interim parenting time for a motion by Mr. Durham should he decide to do that. So you'll both be hearing from the front of the court. Make sure they have your correct addresses, that type of thing, because things will start happening fairly quick. Things get complicated from here on out, Mr. Durham. So if you feel that you can adequately represent your own interests, you may do that. But a lot of people find that they cannot. And if you are thinking about retaining counsel, you should probably do that pretty quick. Ms. Curry, anything else I can do for you?
Only Referee Winther to remind Mr. Durham, if he files a new motion, that he should send me a copy. I filed a new appearance this time to clarify my representation. This motion was obviously more than 21 days after the last one was filed, but he did not get a copy to me. Instead, he sent it to my client. So I would just like the court to remind him that from this point going forward, he should send anything he files to me.
Yeah, that's Mr. Durham. That's what I was referring to about things getting more complicated. The court rules require that since Ms. Curry is representing Ms. Mancha Torres, that you can't even serve Ms. Mancha Torres with anything. You have to serve those documents to Ms. Curry directly. And And if you fill out a subsequent motion to do that, you should do that, or must do that according to the court rules, to her directly. Anything further, Ms. Curry?
No, I'm assuming that the court will do the referral order to the friend of the court, and then would you like me to do the other order?
You can. I don't know what you mean as far as,
I guess
making
just
sure
you
you're-
order, you were reserving the
yeah, you
the
can do that.
question of interim parenting time. I don't think there's much for me to put in that order, but if you would like an order, I can do so.
I think I should, and plus, that would also reiterate the contact information you have, so that Mr. Durham knows exactly where to send that. Mr. Durham, anything else?
No.
All right, you both are all set with me. Ms. Curry, always a pleasure. Thank you. And we're adjourned. You'll hear from the friend of the court shortly. Make sure they got all your right information, okay? They don't forward mail. So